Welcome to I'm Too Busy, an interview-based show hosted by a talented makeup artist, Christina Flack. Christina offers viewers a unique blend of personal stories, inspiring journeys, and practical beauty tips. Join the conversation as Christina features successful individuals from various industries who share their insights on health, wellness, makeup, and the keys to their success. So now, please welcome the host of I'm Too Busy, Christina Flack.
Hello, I'm Christina Flack, and welcome to I'm Too Busy TV. Today, we are featuring a dynamic business leader who's revolutionizing how brands grow in the digital age. Shradha Sud is a growth strategist and serial entrepreneur who has founded 2 successful D2C startups. Her expertise lies in combining technology, community, and content to create customer-centric brands that thrive in competitive markets. She specializes in building seamless operations that put business growth on a fast track. She is the creator of Aara shapewear, and I am absolutely obsessed with these leggings. I have been wearing them, and they are hands down life-changing. If you're like me, you will wear them to work out, and I wear them on set. I wear them everywhere. They're fantastic. You absolutely have to give them a try. So I'd like to introduce you to Shradha right now.
Hi, Christina.
Hello. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you. Very nice to be here. Thank you.
What inspired you to venture into the D2C space?
Wow, this is definitely from my personal experience. I was looking at, so just a quick background about myself. I was actually a lawyer practicing for 13 years. And then when I got pregnant, I was pregnant in 2016, 15, 16, and I couldn't find good, smart, sexy, comfortable maternity wear clothes in India. I started my first brand called Mama Couture in India for the love and respect of new moms and sorry pregnant women at that time. Learned a lot, and I think
And is your other brand, it's only in India? It's only available in India?
yes, Mama Couture is only in India for now. When we're thinking of how to bring it either globally or into the US first. Yeah.
And so you've got the leggings, and what other, are you trying to bring out other products to your line, or where are you at with that right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Akara started with leggings because the unique solution, the way we are providing the solution is like you just said that you're wearing it and you've tried it as well, is that there is this feel benefit to it. So when women get adapted to it, the comfort they feel with it, we wanted to first test with one product, get the sizing right. It's a new country, new geography, new demographic for us, so we wanted to test with one product, but the functional benefit will extend into all products that we launch hereafter, which will be the entire product suite. So whether it's pants, formal pants, denim, any other shorties, gym wear, anything else we launch will have this benefit in it. So that's what we're thinking for 25, 26, almost into 27 actually.
Wow.
We'll
So
stick with bottom wear for now.
yeah, they're fantastic. I find them to be incredibly comfortable, and I feel very thin in them because
Yeah,
everything's like cinched. It's like
awesome.
a
I'm so
force.
glad.
No, they're fantastic. They
I'm
really are
really
great.
glad to hear that. Yeah, you're using the right words. That is the idea. So this does that to you, right? This gives you the felt and seen benefit, and that is exactly what we want consumers to feel. So moms to just put it on and feel comfortable and super confident, and that's Akara really in wholesome, in just a nutshell.
Yeah, they're really, really fantastic. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Um, how did your early experiences shape your approach to business growth?
Sure. So, like I said, my very very steep learning curve, right? Coming from a law background, learning everything, being everything in the company, and then learning that it doesn't work only like that. And what are my skill sets? What do I need to improve? So the whole gamut, right? The whole thing in terms of realizing that how long can I be a single founder? What are my skill sets, and how do I need to hire? All of that was learned on the job, honestly. and there wasn't too much time to learn. You've got to make your trial and errors and really move with it. What really helped me, I think, from my earlier experience or my 13 years of being a lawyer, etc., was about mostly just moving ahead with a very solution mindset. Nothing is a problem, and nothing is something that you cannot solve. And most importantly, I would say, I wouldn't claim to know this right from day one, but what I really learned was that there is nothing that you have done that someone hasn't done already. You're not in the soup alone. People have done this, moved forward, been successful. So learn to ask for help, and I also learned as a lawyer where to find help. Like, the research is
Hmm.
a big every solution that we ever came out with. So you're really learning how to look for help, find the help. And my, I think, very important thing I would really add is founders need to keep upskilling. um, so that's, I think, my simple answer to that how I really found my way into this and stayed in this. Yeah.
How did you, what was the process like for you formulating the fabric and getting someone to design? Did you design it personally, or did you work with a designer?
So product for me is very, very close to me. So I think when I was pregnant, the first product that we launched was black pregnancy pants. Simple, that's it. And
Hmm.
just to understand the body anatomy of a pregnant woman was
Hmm.
surprisingly left to men actually, in all these manufacturing units and all of that. So very first on, I realized this is technical. This is not something I can just do and then go into manufacturing, burn my money, burn time. I can't do that. So I got on to in India we have this great institute called NIFT, which is a national institute. So we hired someone from there, a fantastic designer, very technically sound, and she put together our first suite. I think we had almost 27 SKUs. But the primary idea was to give a capsule wardrobe to pregnant women and take them through the entire journey. So the product was really developed for from fabric to design to technical layout was all done in house, but through an expert. And even the same way, but for Akara, I would say this is a patented product. So I have to say, this was, by then I was again the prototype. I myself was the dummy, really trying every prototype, failing with all of them. So this Akara was created by me, designed by me. We had lots of failures along the way, lots of prototypes, and so finally, we Akara was done literally on a pen and paper, and we said this has to work. This is logically missing in the market, just sensibility wise, it's missing in the market.
Hmm.
Why is
Hmm.
this not experimented before? We just put together, and by then we had good relations with our manufacturers, and they got comfortable to experiment with us. And yeah, so I would say that that's been a great relationship that has actually brought product out in a good way.
And where are they formulated? I mean, where's your manufacturer, here in the States,
Yeah.
or?
Yeah, no, no. So we do some in India and some in Vietnam, and
Mhm.
we're shipping. Akara is only in the US right now, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, but we're
Are
manufacturing.
are you in any stores right now, or are you just basically online?
We're just online. I love it, but I have to. I love D2C. I love the online space. It's so much. Messaging is amazing, and I just love it. But I think in a few years we'll think about it. We are talking to some people, just learning the ropes. Really, not really.
Hmm.
I mean, who knew? Akara is like literally 6 months, just launched 6 months ago in the
Oh my
US.
God, that's
Yeah, so
amazing.
it's and
And
we can't keep up with that offline and online. I think we'll kill it both, if we do that. So
right.
that's, yeah.
And what brought you to come live in the United States?
I was very, very keen on launching Akara because the market size over here is huge as compared. The TAM is really different from India.
Hmm.
The just the whole demographics are different. They're very diverse, and I really wanted to go to a market where we don't have. I would say restrictions or competitions with other product types. So in India, for example, bottom wear is supremely comfortable, which is Indian wear, which is honestly one of the most amazingly and now this fusion and beautiful. It's really beautiful. But leggings per se, when you look at the TAM to TAM, the comparison is incredibly, very not even competitive and comparable. So I really wanted to go to market. So whether it was Europe or US, I wanted to try one of these markets for sure. which was not going to be, competing with another sort of bottom wear market, really.
So you basically just came to move here for your business. Do you have any family here?
No, sorry. So of course, and I had my husband also moved here, and I have a daughter. She's 10 years old, and yes, we made all that happen. We made the move with my husband's job as well, and that's how we set it up here as well.
How
Yes.
exciting. So tell me a little bit about your most significant pivot moment as an entrepreneur.
So many, Christina, but I will tell you a few. I'm sure
Tell me the best one and the worst one.
the best one, the pivot would be, learning that we were going full on in my first brand, which was, going in through SKUs and multiple options of designs. And within 2 years, we realized that's not the way to go. We're burning so much cash. You need to find your hero product. You need to stick with that. You need to promote that. Messaging should be crystal clear. We learned so much. The pivot really was suddenly we had to just shut all the noise and the nonsense around multiple, creating a suite of products and focusing on our heroes. So that was one. And we brought it down to then the whole ideation came around a capsule wardrobe. What do women really need? So then instead of becoming a website with like 3,700, filters and drop downs and all of that, we just brought it down to listen, you need so much only. And this is coming from a mom, right? I was a mom myself. I was pregnant myself, and I went through the journey just recently, and I barely needed, like, let's say 100 pieces, but I'll put them together in a sensible way. So we put that as a big pivot for us. And then manufacturing had to be slowed down. Ad spends had to be remodeled and remodified. That time meta ads was, yeah, we were doing it initially. Influencers had to be revised, products had to be changed up, so all of that was a full thing. And the second pivot was honestly Akara, when we realized that the noise from the moms that we had already served, the pregnant women who had moved to postpartum, and they said, listen, all this is wonderful, but what about my postpartum journey? I've got to have something. And we used to, obviously, we had nursing wear, which was like your nursing tops and all of that, nursing
Mhm.
bra. We had all of that, but there was this tummy had to be solved for. And so then Akara was a great pivot. I mean, and it was in such a way that we had to keep it away from pregnant women, if you know what I mean. Like, we couldn't
Mhm.
offer it. It was dangerous for them to wear it. One
Oh,
of
for
the
sure, because it's so tight. I mean, that's what I
exactly.
love of it is that like it actually, I think especially I am many years post having children,
Yeah.
obviously. My youngest is 18, but I actually feel that it helps tighten your stomach
Mm.
by keeping it in there tightly. So
Yeah.
it's really amazing. We are going
Yeah.
to take our first commercial break and we will be right back. I'm Christina Flack and I'm too busy.
Mike Zoric, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zoric, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zoric has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk on the BBM Global Network.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Hello, welcome back.
Thanks.
So, what role does technology play in your growth strategy?
Oh, lovely question, Christina. So, the technology per se has also changed so much, honestly. So, first we just had, two-way platforms like Meta and posting and just expecting people to read our messages and move on. But today, I think, obviously, with the onset of AI and now so much created for content and for e-commerce in particular. Obviously, we're using a lot of AI, some tools that we rely heavily upon in terms of getting content out, scheduling, managing, planning. So, yeah, definitely technology is that. I think at the business level, that is one. Also, data analytics, we use a lot of tools to get that right for projections, forecasting, planning. I think that's one. And I think the second bit would be even at the product level. I think at a consumer level, just knowing all the data points in terms of next product, the best sellers, price points, all of that, market study, all of that is built from technology upwards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how do you identify growth opportunities in saturated markets?
Growth opportunities for us is really about is I think we lead with product. So if we see the gap is clear, visible, and necessary, I would say we would build. So growth opportunities would be saturated markets. I would say it's very tough to define a saturated market. Honestly, I really don't think there's anything like that. You can really make a good product, launch it, and if your messaging is true, if it fits the requirement of people, I think you can have a good product in any market. That's honestly my belief. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have great brands which are doing this every day, like whether it's even water brands or even something like something as simple as launching water like things like that. So I have immense examples in that, but yeah, we look at the
And
opportunity.
I love that. What's your framework for achieving explosive growth?
Okay, that's wonderful. So our framework really has again been, I will go back to product every time. And when I say that, I
Mm-hmm.
mean that in the sense that if we don't develop a product market fit in the early, very early days, and especially for the category that we are in, where it's women,
Mm-hmm.
now over time we know we have our audience, we have our cohorts, we can go back to them, do consumer surveys, search, chat with them, understand all of that. If we don't have a product market fit, I I don't think there's any need to proceed and waste any time or effort in either building a cohort or building messaging or branding or product or doing anything. So I think really, if you were to get a good product market fit, I think the very thing I would advise, what we do is immediately move to community building. For us, I think, like I said, it is so important to keep communicating with your consumer. So if we have a product that we believe will serve them, will help them in their life
Mm-hmm.
stages, in this case, I think the very next thing is to just put the product in the hands of your consumer. Start learning, getting feedback, start learning what they want, what is it that is missing in the market. And I think from there, I think you will only grow from there. There's no other way that you will
Mm-hmm.
get wrong feedback. And then, of course, you can pivot your product. You can, enhance it in different ways. But that's how I feel it is. So get your product market fit first. Understand your audience and offer it to the audience to get your feedback very quickly. And then from there, that's what we do for all our products. Honestly, whether it's even a color launch, I think there's no need for
Mm-hmm.
us to keep guessing. So yeah.
How do you define customer centricity in today's digital age?
Defining customer centricity, I think for us, again, because we're so focused on mom, right? And for
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm serving a particular category, and I know that is niching down or that's like deep diving into a particular niche, but it has always been one of the most underserved categories, right? So for me,
I
the
completely agree.
right? So for us, I am not sort of competing, or we're not hassling ourselves with all of these things as of now. We have decided we are creating products which are solving a daily problem for moms, possibly age old problems, but we're going to find effective, elegant solutions for them and offer it to them one by one. So, like for now, it was maternity wear. Now it's something postpartum and forever. So that's what we're doing. So really, it's what fits with your cohort and your audience, honestly.
Good answer. What metrics matter most in measuring customer loyalty?
Customer loyalty, one is word of mouth for us, and second would be honestly repeat customers. From a business sense, it would be repeat orders, and from a community perspective, I would say word of mouth, who want to really just scream from the rooftop and say, listen, I got Aara, and why don't you guys try it, and here is a link. All of that sort of thing is, for me, is clear proof. No paid marketing there. Yeah.
Right. I've been going on and on about how great they are to like everyone I know. I mean, I went on a hike today with a friend and I'm like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with these leggings and look how thin I look. Even better.
Awesome. Please send us some pictures and videos. And my God, we want to scream from the rooftop that you're wearing
Yes,
it.
I will absolutely do that. I'll get them back on. How do you
Yeah.
balance automation with personal touch?
Automation and personal touch. I think it starts with the personal touch, and then we put into our systems to run it in an automated manner. We can't not start from personalizing anything that we put out to our audience. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I know we talked about this a little bit earlier about technologies, but which technologies have been game changers for your business, if there have been at all?
I think the AI, honestly, when I started Aara, is just on the onset of AI. So if I were to hire the entire team that I did for India, if I was to hire, and I did spend so much time interviewing people, so
Mm-hmm.
many people. But AI has, honestly, sadly so, but yes, replaced a lot of the people I would have needed to hire, at least the number of people I would have needed to hire. So right now we are
Mm-hmm.
full operations, and from production, marketing, paid, organic, influencer collaboration, website, everything. We're full operations, and we have so many tools in place that technology has obviously helped us not overhire. And I hate the fact that we have to let go of people, all of that. So I just was so careful about hiring slow and steady, who know
Mm-hmm.
AI, who are dealing with good technology, can take us in the next level. So there is, I think, technology is definitely not the scene is so different from 2015-16 as when I started.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it remarkable how a few short years,
Yeah.
how it's just completely different?
Totally.
How do you choose the right tech stack for different businesses?
In my business, again, thankfully, both the brands and both the countries, everything is purely e-commerce, online. I believe in, and Meta ads do very well for us. So I've got some sort of a formula or some sort of an understanding of how this will work in terms of your website, then your paid marketing, your social influences, content creation. So I can obviously go into much detail, but that's simply how it is. I think we start with the website. We know where it's going to be plugged in. We know where the content is then going to be generated, how it's going to get published. So that's how we stack up our technology, honestly. Tools and AI, honestly, or rather just AI tools, honestly, for now, and just website building on the website and apps.
Which are your favorite?
um for content, we have so many apps, honestly. So we have some built in for, let's say, uh, upselling, for bundles, for our sales, our price catching. Our We have some apps for the hot heat maps on the website. We have those kind of apps. Then we have tools which
Mhm.
are purely content creation, which currently I'm using Minta. It's a new one we've started using for, but we have a couple others for. It's plugged and just download it onto your Shopify, and then it creates content, it schedules and posts, and then there's someone just sitting and editing and just making sure it's on brand and messaging, and that's one, and many more tools that we're using right now. Yeah.
That's amazing. How do you leverage content to build community?
By speaking to the audience, honestly, just speaking to them every morning, every evening, communicating what they want to hear, what is relevant in their life stage. I think building on what the audience is. It's not about us at all anymore. Once you've
Hmm.
created as a founder, made the product, put it out there, it's no longer about the founder or anybody. Now it has to be about the audience. So we are so consumer centric that I will, whatever you ask me, I think it's going to go back to the fact that it's product and consumer led.
Hmm.
Anything that we think about, the messaging, the collaborations, anything that we think and do is either leading from product or product benefit or just consumer centric. So really just speaking to them what they want to know and helping them out as much as we can, if we can, in their journey.
How do you stay ahead of market trends, or does it even affect you at all, market trends? I mean, because you are very specific, and I think it's actually a benefit to you that you're so clear and it's just, for these women.
Yeah.
I think it makes it easier a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think once you have your cohort, absolutely sorted, I think then you're basically talking to them again and again. And I don't think leggings in this current scenario. Let's just take examples of Akara, for example. The
Hmm.
trend leggings are always going to be in trend. It's always,
Always.
we live in them. And the reason I chose
Absolutely.
leggings over trousers, for example, to launch with, was I realized that COVID changed so much. So many have gone to such semi casual clothing and styling that trousers will start taking a, it may be slightly different to push trousers and as a first product. Leggings, let's say it's a more casual and easy win there. So that was one thing, that what is the lifestyle
Hmm.
of these moms I'm speaking to. Most of many obviously I got back to work, but are doing, let's say, work from home, so many things to do, and leggings is one. Then a very important thing was having pockets. Like I could not launch something without pockets, right? So those kind of things. So being on trend, I think, is also, I would say, we're just trying to be so in the world of our consumers that trend, they'll tell us, like, if they get fed up of leggings and they don't want tummy control, then we'll have to think of something else. But right now, I think moms and tummy control really go hand in hand. So that's how I would say, keeping it really simple, honestly. Yeah.
And I love the pockets because today I went on a hike and it was quite chilly and I had my hands in the pockets the entire time and they were
Wow.
perfectly designed, for
Yes.
warm, and they kept me warm. So they were amazing. I mean,
Awesome.
they really are. The attention to detail that you have put into them is, it's very clear that you really
Wow.
spent time wearing them. And
Yes.
I just, they felt warm, they're soft, and then keeping my hands warm was just fantastic. What
Yeah.
is the most underrated business tool, do you think?
Business tool. I think it's the website heat map. Honestly, many founders that I speak with grapple and try to take out Excel download sheets and stuff like that and try to make data a bit tough. But for example, if you were to use tools that tell you exactly how much time, all the effort we take behind creating landing pages and links and do ads and send them to a particular page and do all of that, I think it's somewhere lost if you don't try and see where your customer lands on your page and what are they doing on your website. And if
Hmm.
everybody lands on your, let's say, even if I were to run an ad and I send them to my website and they don't want to sit on the page I land them on and they quickly jump to something else, I think that is gold. And many founders, we don't,
Absolutely.
yeah, because if then I'm doing it wrong, then there's something else that interests my consumer who lands on my page. Okay. Small things like that. Then I think, for example, you want to do gift cards and we launch gift cards and all thing. Oh my God, we got an app, we downloaded that, we did everything. Nobody wants gift cards on on our website, so there's no need to bother then running ads for that or running messaging for that. So those kind of things, I think, just realizing that if you do have sessions on your website, I think is an underrated tool, is something. If people don't read their website, I think that's one thing. That's your home, right? That's like who's come to your house. That your website is your house. Who's come to your house? Where did they go? Did they want to go to the living room? Did they go to the washroom? It's like, a real estate agent needs to know what is the best part of the house that had to be, front and center in the next ad or in the next messaging. So I would say one of the tools is that look at what's happening in your house. And there are many nice tools there to do that simply.
We're going to take another commercial break. I'm Christina Flack, and I'm too busy.
Dr. RC will share extraordinary resources and services that promote educational success, as well as making a difference in the lives of all social workers, as well as the lives of children, adolescents, and teens of today. She will have open discussions addressing many of the issues that we face about our youth and how being employed in the uniquely skilled profession of social work for over 18 years has taught invaluable lessons through her personal experiences. She will also provide real-life facts, examples, and personal stories that will confirm that why serving as a child advocate is extremely beneficial when addressing the needs of the whole child. Listen live to Dare to Soar, Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network, and tune in radio as Dr. RC will provide thought-provoking information that will empower, encourage, and strengthen students, families, and communities across our nation. You can also visit her at soarwithkatie.com. Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. Listen to John Hawkins' My Strategy, Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio.
Welcome back to I'm Too Busy. So, what's the biggest marketing myth that you know of?
Biggest marketing myth would be that you have to speak to a lot of people to get conversions or to make sales or revenue. I really believe in having a small cohort, but if it is a high converting cohort, you just market to a small pool and you can see it's enough to test. So even some people can afford to speak to, let's say, 100, 200. Some can afford to speak to 1,000, 10,000. In any size is enough, actually, because it's just about getting the right indication. So I think having to spend a lot of marketing money on testing is, I think, a completely misunderstood place. Yeah.
What's your dream collaboration?
Dream collaboration. Wow, I should say it here, and I think I'm going to manifest it here right now. I definitely want, one of the new moms who are, she's no longer. So I love Priyanka Chopra, for example. She's currently, and she was rocking these leggings a couple of months ago, and I was, that's one of my favorite collabs. If I can,
If you could
talk
manifest that one, I totally think you will.
Definitely. Yeah, she's absolutely, and I love her.
I just saw a picture of her in People magazine. She was on a beach, and she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
What's your best advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Just start. That's my best advice.
Yeah, just start.
Just start.
Right.
It's the whole ocean is after that. You just start. There's just nothing I can tell. I have so many people who overthink it, underthink it, think it wrong. and want to be what you're doing. And there are many, actually, if I can also add, I would also tell many people not to do entrepreneurship. There are founders who
It's not
please
for
don't.
everybody. It really isn't.
Yeah, and it's a fair point. I mean, let's be honest, and it looks all fun and jazzy, but it's not. So
No,
there, you're
it's not as
very true.
glamorous as it seems. It's so much more time, money, and effort than we can even imagine. And if you're a type of person that you have to have a little bit of gypsy in you, that you don't know when you're getting paid, you don't know when you're going on holiday, you don't
Yeah,
know, there's a lot of uncertainties. And if you are not comfortable with that, it's not going to work out. And I think
yeah,
also you have to really be passionate about what you're doing, which you clearly are. And I think that's what makes you successful. And any entrepreneur is successful is that they're just very driven, they're
yeah,
focused, and they love it. And failure isn't an option, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Where's your happy place?
My happy place is me in. Currently, I don't have a sea facing house, but I want a sea facing house looking at the ocean and having some coffee and just there. That's my happy place. Otherwise, as of now, it's my home. It's definitely just the fun, easy place that it is. So yeah, that's my happy place, my home.
What do you do when your day isn't flowing?
I wonder what's wrong. I wonder what's going and I wonder what's going to hit me really hard the next day, that is everything is too quiet right now. Honestly, I've become a little skeptical about that. I'm joking, but yeah, honestly, I wonder. Mostly, I don't look forward to a very quiet day. It's because I love what we're doing. It's really fun right now. It's crazy busy. Um, as you can imagine, it's just 6 months and it's the new year and it's new energy, and it's just it's doing well. There's no slow day right now. It's really fun. And I like that, and that's going back to your previous question, that who should get into entrepreneurship, is that, like, it doesn't seem like work. It's a lot of work, but it just is. It kind of levels in your own head after some time, that
Mhm.
you're not exhausted and you're not feeling like you're doing something for someone else. There's so much of purpose in it and all of that. So yeah, I think it's
So what do
I,
you do? Like, let's say you're having a day that's just not flowing. What do you do? Do you step away? Do you go get your nails done? What do you do? Or do you just plod on?
no, if I really have to not be at, like, thinking of work or doing the work, then either I'll sit with a movie, I'll sit with my family, go for a walk, I'll listen to a nice podcast. I'm a podcast junkie, honestly. I go through so much of podcast. So yeah, that's my coffee. That's my caffeine, actually.
Yeah. How do you keep balance in your life?
I think by recognizing the fact that I love to work and it's not a stressful situation for me. There's a lot of
Hmm.
stress at work, there's no doubt about it, but I think I've recognized the fact that I'm one of those ones that don't mind it. So let's not fool myself that I'm stressed about it at work. I'm not. I'm okay. I've understood the fact it's stressful, and so it's not something that yeah, that's my balance, honestly, that just keeping it real, honestly. Just no faffing on this. And it's very stressful if somebody is really out of my control. I really ask for help. I ask my husband to step in. I say, hey, listen, can you speak? I'm not getting through to this one. Or my team or someone. Yeah, I've learned over the years, like, if I can leave anything with someone, is that definitely know yourself. It's such a self-discovery journey. Oh my God. um, so yeah, finding.
So do you are you a morning person or do you work late at night?
Actually, both. It depends, right? There are some there are some days when we need to work with Vietnam, so you have to be a morning person or evening. It
Hmm.
depends. It depends on the work, honestly, but I'm okay with both.
Hmm. Do you work out every day? What's your diet? Do you have a certain I just know for me, like I have to work out and eat well to keep my energy at a good level. Do you do any of that or
I want to say I try, but I'm not regular with that at all. And but I try to walk. I try to walk with my podcast or my calls, which are not video. Then I try to do that. But honestly, it's not. It hasn't become my primary goal yet, but I really need to be focused on that. I need to.
I think
That
that's a really good habit. I think that's a really good habit to get into of if you're going to have calls and you don't have to be on Zoom, that
yeah,
you're going on a walk or you're listening to a podcast, because I think it's more about the consistency and just keeping moving.
yeah, yeah.
It really does make a difference in keeping your stress down and just your body feeling good as well.
Right.
Do you find motherhood and running your business a challenge, or has it been a smooth ride for you?
No, it's not a smooth ride. It's not. It's really, really. It's very demanding. I think. I would say motherhood for me has not been as much because my husband is like completely on board and he's very, very hands on as a parent. And I have one child, one daughter, she's 9 years old, and I think she sees him as a primary parent, and I'm a very far second. So I'm very happy with that, with that situation. I take advantage of that as much as I can. But no, I think it's been a journey. Honestly, I can't complain, but it's been an adjustment. It's been a journey.
How do you find living here compared to being in India?
Um,
Has
I
it
I
been a
love.
hard transition for you, or has it been pretty easy?
Actually, no, it's been super easy because even Delhi, where I come from, Delhi in India, is super. In fact, I must tell you, Palo Alto is a small little city. It's not the hush and the rush of Delhi and a Bombay and a
Hmm.
Gurgaon where I come from. So this is like a small town as far as I'm concerned. So this is
Right, right.
I I know it's Silicon Valley and all of that, but it's a very from a lifestyle perspective, it's a very very small town, and as compared to the crazy Delhi that I come from. But so no adjustment, and I go back to India very often actually for work, for Mama Couture, for then Vietnam, and
Mhm.
then I have to go other places and all. So the adjustment has been lovely, and I love the place, the weather. Oh my God, I can't deny that. All that is wonderful. I love the quiet over here, the peace, the quiet.
Mhm.
Um, Certain things are absolutely wonderful.
Are
Yeah.
you a coffee or a tea person?
Coffee person. Yeah, all types of coffee actually. I used to only have cold coffee, and now I think I love the black and the Americano actually is what's my caffeine now.
What other new companies are on your horizon, do you think? Or are you good with two right now? Do you see a
Yeah.
third or fourth coming up?
No, I think just staying really hard focused on Akara and adding products to that because we're seeing that it's solving the problem, is being accepted really well, is being loved by many. There's no use distracting. I mean, founders run to shiny objects very quickly. It's very difficult to keep your focus, but I have learned we're focused, hard focused on Akara, adding products, and yeah, that's what we're going to do.
We're going to take our last commercial break. I'm Christina Flack, and I'm too busy.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Mike Zoric, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zoric, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zoric has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk on the BBM Global Network.
Hello, welcome back to I'm Too Busy. I'm Christina Flack. So where do you see yourself in 5 years with these companies? Like, what's your long-term goal? Do you want to keep running your business, or is your goal to be acquired?
I am seeing a much longer term. I'm not looking at an acquisition or an exit. Honestly, I'm looking to build for 10, 20 years, make it a company that is, um, building products that are going to be lasting, and something like, I mean, I love one of the brands, Spanx, right? She's built from ground up, and
Right.
obviously, yeah, I love the fact that it was eventually in 20 years acquired, but it's a company on its own. It has its own culture. It builds products the way it believes it, should, and address that market that they targeted, one shapewear market, and product they created so much. Similarly, I feel that for moms, we've just started, and I think, I'm not looking at an exit. We're definitely creating. We're just building, and I hope to move into more, maybe more categories, not just clothing, and move to more categories, actually more segments that still serve the this space and around. That's what I feel.
Was your family and your friends surprised that you decided to, stop being a lawyer and to go into fashion?
I think, one of the biggest surprises was my boss. He was like, he was, when I put in my papers, and I think I was still on my maternity leave in India. We get 6 months maternity leave, and
Oh,
I
wow.
quit. Yeah, it's a very progressive rules in our country about that. So he was like, "Listen, are these your hormones? Like, what's going on? And what is wrong with you?" At least, he was like, "At least take your maternity leave. At least think about it." All of that. So he was one of the most surprising reactions. And then I think I very quickly realized it's not that I've got into fashion. I think I've got into completely. I mean, fashion is one part of it. Honestly, this is like, a company. This is like, fashion is one component. It's like everything. It's a 360 degree running a company. So, moving from, I think law helped me a lot in terms of understanding certain nuances of running a company. What is a company? Like everything, you learn everything when you study law, for example, right? So, so they were surprised to some extent to think that, I mean, yeah, definitely a lot of funny reactions, a lot of fun reaction, but everybody was 100% supportive. So,
Oh, that's
like,
nice.
everyone came on board, and someone got the company registered, someone got the CA going, someone, so, like, because that was my world, right? Like, everybody was lawyers and bankers and everyone. So that in
What kind
India,
of
that
law did what kind of law did you practice?
completely banking and finance. So I was with, law firms. Then I came to the US in the middle. Then I went back. Then I was with, I think the last 10 or maybe 9 years was with Stanchart in India, Singapore, other places that, and then handling, and of course, just handling a lot of international work. So I had a lot of travel there. But so yeah, they were like, "What is this? Why? What could be calling you more than this?" But yeah, I think I was
I think,
itching to do something. Yeah.
yeah, were you getting tired of the law?
Oh, actually, no. I loved the profession. I loved my job. I honestly, it was surprising to me myself. If I was to really, like, look back, it was very, very, very silly, or very abrupt, I would say. for me to have done that. I should have thought through. I didn't need to quit immediately. I was still in the prototype phase. I hadn't done anything. I was still making product. It would take time. Things take time to
It
come
takes so
into.
much more time than we realize. I remember when I formulated my first products, my lip gloss and lip plumper, and I thought it was going
Yeah,
to be like, a month.
yeah,
A year later, it was like, okay, we're finally ready to launch. And I just couldn't
yeah,
even believe how long things take. And, you're
yeah,
right. I think it's almost best that we don't know how long these things are going to take,
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I
yeah,
think people would be discouraged in doing it.
yeah, yeah,
But I
exactly.
do agree with you completely that, you having that legal business background is only a benefit to you. I mean, and you're looking at running your business in such a different way than most entrepreneurs do it. There, a lot of creatives that don't have a lot of business background. And I think it's really it's much more challenging for
Yeah,
someone that really doesn't have a business background.
I agree. I
Um,
agree. Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of founders, and I think over the last 10 years, I think so many, I would say hundreds and hundreds of founders, and I would say that it comes down, and these law firms, when you work with them, in banks is equally like it's tough. Like there's a lot of discipline, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of you've got to be so on your job in terms of term sheets and being so particular. So I think that discipline, I kind of, it helped me understand how to prioritize and
mhm,
focus, right?
mhm,
And because having, and law is, I wouldn't say it's tough, but it's very demanding, right? So it's tough in its own way, but it's demanding in its own way. So so I think that kind of already built me up in terms of understanding that tough is tough. It's absolutely fine. There's no problem. We'll find it. So I think all that training, that was a training ground, honestly.
mhm,
All that law firms, and some of my bosses were incredible. They taught me so much. So
mhm. Are
honestly.
you self-funded or do you have investors?
We're bootstrapped completely, completely. Yeah,
That's
that's by
remarkable.
choice because I kind of, I love that situation. It's a lot of freedom. I think I am sure we'll grow faster and better, but we'll come to that. I think for the U.S. business Akara, we will look at some funding sometime soon. But yeah, so far bootstrapped.
That's remarkable. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I hope I'm yeah, I hope Akara is got some brothers and sisters and some more brands, and yeah, I think still doing this and just loving it. Really, 5 years is, I used to feel 5 years, but honestly that question now feels like it's tomorrow. I already feel I'm in 2026. Honestly, it's like that sort of speed the
Mhm.
thing will move. I was just starting Mama Couture as far as I'm concerned, and now we are doing this in a different country altogether. So honestly, 5 years, I think I will be doing something exactly like this in a much larger scale, serving more women, bringing out fabulous products, and hopefully some more patents under our belt. And I think that's what I see Akara and the company do.
That's fantastic. Is there anything else you want to share with us that I haven't asked today?
Um, I know. I think your questions are fantastic. I think it really does a 360, coverage of the journey. But if I can leave, I think your audience is all women, a lot of entrepreneurs, founders, men alike, all of them who are in this, probably in the similar journey, looking to start, not start. I hope this helps them, figuring it out. But honestly, my thing to anyone is that be honest to yourself. It's a very self-discovering journey, but just start. If you even have a slight idea or a spark about an idea, definitely test it out. Don't hesitate to fail and flop it. It's absolutely fine. And that's in fact the most fun part is in the failure, because it's not the learning. Honestly, I know that it's very smart to say learning and all. It's really fun because in that sense you've done that. You can push it aside. You're like, okay, now let me do the real part. Like, it's important to fail, I think, in small doses and small bits and pieces. I think it's good. So don't hesitate, just go for it. And yeah, I think it'll come up in some shape or form. If not exactly how you thought of it, it'll start, it'll come forward. and it'll keep developing into something that you will keep creating, keep building, and yeah, you gotta just stick it in there for some time. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your wisdom and sharing your company with us. And Aara is amazing. I urge everyone to go check out her website. It's in the show notes, and buy them because they are the best. I love them so much. Thank you for
Awesome.
being on the show. I'd like to thank Christian, my producer. I'd like to thank Maya and Avery for being all the help that they give me. So thank you so much. I will see you next week. I'm Christina Flack, and I'm too busy.
Bye. Thank you.
This has been I'm Too Busy with host Christina Flack. Tune in each week as Christina approaches the concept of success holistically, recognizing that achievement is not solely measured by financial triumphs, but also by maintaining a healthy work-life balance and focusing on self-care. Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Bold Brave TV network, powered by B2 Studios.